Hello, this is Mystery Valley. Today I'll go over a 2020 American buddy cop action comedy movie called Bad Boys for Life. It is the third entry in the Bad Boys franchise and the sequel to 2003's Bad Boys 2. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. This third Bad Boys movie begins with detectives Mike Lowery, Will Smith, and Marcus Burnett, Martin Lawrence, rushing through the streets of Miami, followed by other officers. They arrive at a hospital and rush inside, looking for Marcus's daughter Megan, Bianca Bethune, who has given birth to a newborn boy. Marcus is joined by his wife Theresa, Therese Randall, and Megan's boyfriend Reggie, Dennis Green, who informs him that the kid is named after him. He is holding his grandchild with pride. In a Mexican jail, Isabel Arêtes, Kate del Castillo, is chanting an incantation that catches the notice of a guard. Isabel snatches a knife from the guard and stabs her, as the other convicts rush in and stab her to death. Other guards accompany Isabel outdoors, only for her son Armando, Jacob Scipio, to assist her in eliminating all the other guards. He releases her, and they return to their house to get revenge on behalf of her late husband Benito, with Mike as their last target. Armando goes to the docks to get a crate full of money in order to collaborate with other criminals, but these gangsters try to take advantage of him and grab the majority of the money. With their weapons drawn on him, Armando retaliates by stabbing everyone at once. He then instructs the other guys to step forward if they want to work for his family loyally. Lorenzo Rodriguez, alias Suelo, Nicky Jam, joins him. Mike and Marcus's colleagues, including Captain Howard, Joe Pantoliano, assemble at a pub to toast Marcus's new role as a grandpa. They meet Rita, Paula Nunez, a lady who has recently been promoted to lieutenant and is also Mike's ex. She informs them that she is now in charge of AMMO, Advanced Miami Metro Operations, a younger squad of police. Marcus recognizes that they are growing too old for the wild activities they used to get into, and he advises Mike to slow down, however Mike refuses. The two walk outside for a foot race, and as Mike gets the lead, Armando appears on a motorbike and shoots Mike down. He flees as the cops rush to assist Mike. Mike's health is serious. Marcus begs God to preserve Mike, promising that he would never bring any more bloodshed into the world. Rita and Howard then direct AMMO operatives Kelly, Vanessa Hudgens, Dorn, Alexander Ludwig, and Rafe, Charles Melton, to investigate Mike's shooter. Meanwhile, Isabel chastises Armando for going after Mike so quickly because she wants him to go last so that he can suffer as others die. They then go for a judge, a forensics analyst, and a prosecutor, murdering them all in broad sight. Megan and Reggie marry 6 months later, and Mike has recovered from his injuries. He gives a speech at the wedding before later requesting Marcus to assist him in capturing the gunman, but Marcus refuses, worried that someone else would be injured, and claims that he is retired. When Armando discovers Mike is alive, he uploads bodycam footage of him shooting Mike. He approaches Rita for assistance but is met with the same denial. Mike decides to find his shooter on his own. He pays a visit to a retired criminal named Manny the Butcher, DJ Khaled, and beats him with a hammer until he gives up the name of a man named Booker Gracie, Rory Markham, who has information on the owner of the motorcycle and hence the shooter. Mike approaches Captain Howard, who reluctantly agrees to send him with AMMO to find Gracie. Mike instantly crosses heads with Rafe since he's a jerk, but Kelly and Dorn appreciate Mike's position as a detective. Mike and the group head to the warehouse where Gracie is planning to drop something. Mike recognizes right on that Gracie is out to get the men and will end up getting himself murdered. Mike tries to rescue Gracie during a shootout, but when the thugs are dispatched, Gracie is thrown back by an explosion and impaled by a forklift. Before Mike can ask him any questions, he passes away. Carver Remy, Ivo Nandi, a tip-off, calls Marcus and reports that Armando is stalking him and attempting to murder him. Marcus tries to get in touch with Mike after he asks him for assistance, but Mike avoids him since he views Marcus as a quitter. Once Marcus and Mike have finished looking for Remy, Remy's body strikes Marcus, really Teresa's, car as they approach his hotel. Mike rushes into the hotel and battles Armando. He succeeds in removing his mask, but is startled when he sees Armando's face. He succeeds in escaping. Mike eventually joins Howard during a game, and the two become close as Howard shows Mike his sincere care and concern. Howard receives a shot to the throat as they are leaving. Zuelo and Armando are behind it, but Mike drags Howard away and hides behind a car because he is aware that he is in full view, denying Armando a clear shot. Howard is put to death despite Mike's best efforts. Marcus formally chooses to work with Mike to find the gunman after his burial. Mike and Marcus set out to track down their shooter's information from dodgy dealer Picante Jenkins, Happy Anderson. They go into Jenkins' hotel room, where he is so high he can hardly think. Marcus attempts to connect with him personally, but he just receives a strong blow in return. Marcus quickly summons AMMO, and they quickly taste Jenkins to the ground. They identify Zuelo after receiving Jenkins' data and decide to find him next. When the team enters a club, Zuelo is there. After making an effort to apprehend him, he escapes, forcing the squad to engage his thugs. Marcus must betray his pledge to God and use a machine pistol to fend off the approaching thugs while Mike and Marcus board a motorbike and sidecar. They ride through the streets after Zuelo, who then tries to climb up a helicopter ladder. Mike takes off while grabbing hold of the ladder. In order to obtain a better look at Mike, Armando shoots Zuelo away. Mike releases Go and falls into the sea before he can say, "Hasta el fuego," to him. Based on what Armando mentioned, Mike directs Dorn to search through the files at headquarters. Isabel is responsible for this, Mike realizes. Before they teamed up, he was deeply undercover in the Arêtes cartel and had a connection with Isabel before he had to put her in jail and arrange for her husband's murder, he reveals to Marcus. They came up with the absurd term "hasta el fuego," which was meant to imply, together till the flame goes out. She also had a strong interest in witchcraft, earning her the moniker La Bruja. Mike comes to the conclusion that Armando is his child and that she has been training him for retaliation. Since the Arêtes family was the defendant in the same lawsuit against all of the victims. Isabel approaches Mike and sets up their meeting in Mexico City once she realizes he is telling the truth. Isabel gives Mike the order to meet the squad at an ancient palace before they depart for Mexico for the last fight. The AMMO officers demonstrate their proficiency with weapons during a confrontation with Isabel's mercenaries, as well as their physical prowess in Dorn's instance. Then Marcus fires down a sniper helicopter, forcing it to fall into the structure and ignite a fire. Mike decides not to attack Armando. Instead, he chooses to face him personally and admit his parentage. Isabel confirms that it is true when he asks whether it is. She attempts to shoot Mike, but Armando blocks her and is struck in the shoulder. Then Rita shoots Isabel, killing her instantly as she falls into the burning debris. Marcus nearly trips over as well, but Mike manages to pick him up with the aid of Armando so they can leave. Later, when everyone is getting along better, Rita is promoted to captain, and everyone rejoices. Following their bonding with baby Marcus, Mike and Marcus sing the "Bad Boys" song to him. Mike pays Armando a visit in jail just before the credits start, giving him the opportunity to atone for his misdeeds. It seems like Armando is interested.